Hey, well, good afternoon, Darren. Amongst your many quotes and stuff, you always stress the need for a really strong dressing room, and you seem to have a pretty strong dressing room most of the time. But as a manager, is it that much more difficult when you get on a run such as you are to maintain that sort of happy-go-lucky yet determined dressing room?
I don't think the dressing room do. I think I do.
Yeah.
It's very personal to us, our job and the work we do in football. It's not like we turn up and go through the motions. We care deeply about how we play and the results we get, and all that other stuff. And so, absolutely. But you got to keep going. We're not too far away. It's a goal here. It's a goal there. We're a month into a season. I mean, the month before this start of this season, we were sitting in fourth place, and in our last ever competitive month, and it just seems that we've gone from one extreme to the other in our criticism of the players and myself. So yeah, you just take the rough with the smooth. It's a roller coaster, isn't it? The whole season, it's very stressful, and it's even more stressful, the world out there at the moment with what's going on. But I love coming into work. I love working with the players. I've enjoyed adding another one this week to the squad, to the roster, and I'm enjoying going through that kind of recruitment surge all over again.
You mentioned Alex Bradley on loan from Lincoln. What do you think he brings to the team?
Well, he's a wonderful athlete. He's a really great athlete, very powerful, very strong, but he's got a good passing range. And obviously we knew about him from his performances last year for Harrogate, but his background is from West Brom, and then he signed for Danny and Nicky at Lincoln before they left. And he's a very, very good player, and what he does, he gives us some more quality, extra qualities on the right hand side, whether it be at fullback or whether it be at right midfield. But very, very strong athlete, come across as a nice lad so far. He's only young still, but he's had good experience last year with Harrogate, who played a very disciplined style of football, so we know he can be part of a team. We know he can be focused on qualities that may lend itself more towards a team performance rather than an individual, and that was something we wanted to stress. But we just thought we needed to have a little bit more depth on that right hand side, only having Daniel over there, and it gives us a chance at times to maybe play with a wide midfield player.
Would you say he goes some way towards replacing Miles Hippolyte?
Oh no, they're completely different side of the pitch, and Alex would be a right back, a right wing back, a right sided midfield player. You can't replace Miles. They're not out there. It's just impossible unless you've got a massive pot to go and buy someone of those attributes. They're not out there. So we have to rebrand ourselves really, and that's what we've really focused on doing this week. Is kind of working from the very, very start.
And Morgan Williams has come in and made his second debut, as it were, for you on Saturday. How's he settling in?
I thought he was brilliant Saturday. I thought he did really well. I mean, Denton's not the easiest to deal with. I mean, he's a big boy, and I thought Morgan was outstanding. And he gives us pace, good pace. He's a combative defender. He's comfortable in possession, but it's that I like Morgan. When he was with us first, I remember him and Osho came in, and we had maybe 2 or 3 clean sheets in a row with them. And I thought, and what really impressed me about Morgan in that spell was his focus and concentration to his defending. When you watch him play, you can almost see those types of things are at the forefront of his mind all the time. And I just thought we needed that little injection of that real focus to just defend. And he gave us that. Like I said, I thought he played very well Saturday on his first game, if that makes sense. And he will be a big part of the next month at the very, very minimum.
question of just one issue to improve form and improve results, you'd obviously take it. But do you feel that you're getting somewhere near to, addressing the whole issue of getting us back on stream again?
Yeah, look, it's just time. It's just time. I had a chat with an EFL manager in League One this week, and his team had been part of the playoffs, and experienced manager, and I just said to him, how have you found it? And he said, problem is, Darren, we all assume that because they're the same players, we're going to get the same performances, and that kind of resonated with me, because we haven't had the same performances from the same players. But what it is, it's my job to make sure we get better performances out of them, and if we can't get as good a performances as we did last year, which were very high, then we get as high as possible, and we keep pushing and we keep pushing. Like I said, we're a month in, so it's I'm not completely losing me marbles yet, but I'm sure if it went on to January, I'd be there'd be big clumps of hair out my head and things. But listen, you got to work through it. You got to work. We've had to do this so many times, and we're going to have to do it again. People think that this is going to be the only time in this season we're going to go through these types of runs. We're not. This is going to happen again. What are we going to do then? Throw our teddies out? You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going, keep working. I've got to tell you, the players have worked so hard. It's not for the want of trying. We just haven't really flicked that switch yet on real top quality form. But they are working so hard, so hard.
Now, you've not got an easy game on Saturday away in the FA Cup to Bromley.
No.
How do you see the game going?
They're tough games. They're very tough games, the Bromley games, and they're always strong, physically very strong, very robust. They're a conditioned National League side, aren't they? And obviously they have the sort of the unorthodox surface that we only see 3 or 4 times in the league, and that comes into play. But there's no excuses about the surface, because we've got one just outside our ground, and we can train on that whenever we like. So, but they're good games. They're good games. They're always competitive games. The one thing is, if you don't go to Bromley, places like Bromley, strong, physically strong, well organised, they can be long afternoons. And you can see with Bromley, they've got that performance in them where they can rack a few up as well. So it's it'll be a tough game, but good game, and it's in the FA Cup. Might be our calling this year. Who knows?
You never know, do you? What about the injured players? Any news? Any favourable news on the injured players?
No, not really. Collins is still injured. Staunton is still in a boot. Charlie hasn't trained. I expect him to be okay, because I say this every week. Worthington hasn't trained yet. Courtney's trained partially, maybe too soon, probably too soon. Alex Bradley's had a full week. And we've had a few lads in that we're assessing as well as part of our recruitment surge, if you like. So we've tried hard this week to try and create some different options and ingredients for our team. So you never know, there may be something that comes out of that before the end of play Friday. But there was a few injured Monday. There was a few, maybe 6 or 7 injured, maybe, including the ones that have been injured for a while.
So you mentioned there the recruitment. I mean, is the recruitment situation an ongoing one now? I mean, until you get what you feel is an adequate squad.
Yeah, it's little things, and I don't want to say him, because I think he looks like crap, really, when I say it. Sorry to be so crass with using that word, but little things. We had the opportunity now to kind of work in bigger numbers and work our tactical play out in 10v10s and 11v11s, and for a long time we were 5-a-side and 6v6. You can't prepare in a realistic way. Does it mean you win on Saturday because you prepare 11v11? No, of course not. But it certainly has added something different to what is normally has been a week of small-sided play. And it's been enjoyable to see new people. And also, listen, we're only doing it because we're not performing. And the players know that message. They're all experienced players. They know if they're not performing and they start seeing a bucket load of new faces and hear new voices coming through the door, they know that their shirt and their position is up for contention. So I like that. I like spiking them, and I like lighting the fire in their belly. And they're a smashing group, and they need to be reminded at times that we're here to do a job and win football matches, and we haven't done nearly enough of that so far. So the only sort of lunacy will be is expecting something different from the same thing. So you've got to try and keep changing things all the time and evolving.
Okay, well, best of luck, Darren. Hope it all goes well Saturday.
Me too.
Hi, Darren. How
Hi,
you
Paul.
doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah.
So Bradley's in. That's 7 loans into the team. You can only name 5 in a matchday squad. Does that help you?
Apart from the FA Cup.
Apart from the FA Cup. Does that going into the league then? Does that
Gotcha.
help you? Does that help you?
Got him, mate. I got him.
I can see that.
Does it help what?
Is that going to help you rotate the squad going forward, or is it just the way the finances have worked out? You kind of get loan players in.
No, that's what's available. Everyone thinks there's this big ocean of footballers available. There's not. Honestly, there's not. I spend hour after hour, day after day, communicating. You look at the recruitment we did last year. That only came about because of the extensive contacts that Terry and I have got. The same extensive contacts. It hasn't been easy at all. It hasn't been easy, especially at centre forward. Especially look, we had the 2 boys from last year in Reece and Court, and we've picked up Quigley because of his release from another club, and that was only because I'd spoke to him and interviewed him, if you like, last year. And we've taken Warburton. So, that market, the forward market, is very, very, very bare. Very bare. So unless you're going to go and buy people out of the National League, the better strikers in our league, or you're going to go and buy players out of the Conference South teams, that's what it is. The out of contract ones are normally seem to be either very, very young or getting towards the end. So that's been a difficult market this year, whereas last year the market seemed to be quite easy at centre forward. Take Dagnall, take Goldie, take Richards. I think we had 5 at the end of January. And we've still really got 3 plus Warburton, who's kind of a bit of both, midfield player and a bit of a forward. But the recruitment drives to improve performance, to improve competition. It's definitely not to rotate. No chance rotate. We haven't won a game in October, a league game. So there's no rotation going on. It's finding that formula, finding that winning mechanic, and every team's got a winning mechanic. You just got to search for it, and when you get it, hold on for dear life. I thought we'd got there. With changing the system and utilising 3 defenders with Collins and Staunton, and then you lose Collins and Staunton, and the whole puzzle gets thrown up in the air, and you got to start again. So, we're always searching, and like I said, the players can't work any harder. I mean, we run them to the bone anyway. So they're working very hard, and they know exactly what's, where we are and what we're doing. But they also know what we're capable of, and whilst we know what we're capable of, I never believe that there is I never believe there is a kind of a worry or a lack of confidence coming out of the room.
Obviously, it's a different competition on Saturday, but could a good win help springboard maybe the fall into the league?
It could do. It might not. I mean, we beat Dover and we lost on the Tuesday, and we were useless on the Tuesday, hopeless. So, it can do. It's going to be. It'll be a tough game. But I've enjoyed our battles with Bromley so far. I've enjoyed the battles with the manager and the groups of players, and I actually enjoyed. I thought the atmosphere. I mean, I was watching our game back when we played here, and we had 4,500. I think it might have been Scott's first game as owner or something like that, but it was a really great occasion. Lots of people at Hewish Park, good atmosphere. We put on a good performance, and the same when we went to theirs. It was a real competitive one, and even the kind of we'll call it dialogue with their supporters. It was very competitive. Very intense, and it'll be exactly the same. So irregardless of the competition, there's a game to be won here. There's a game to be won, and that's all our focus will be, is trying to win the game. We won't be trying to hold out and, you know, be all defensive. It's just not my way. So we'll keep punching. We'll keep punching. And like I said to you both before, I'm not bad when I'm pushed in the corner. I'm all right at that situation. So we'll just keep fighting.